Welcome back to Bucket Drop. I'm back from Florida. Let's play some Pokemon. Now, if I sound a little off, I am congested. And the reason for that is we drank for the entire trip. I don't know how everyone else is affected by drinking. Drinking affects everyone a little differently. My friend that I came with, he gets the classic hangover symptoms. He gets a bit of a headache, he gets a bit of a stomach ache, he just feels kind of tired and weak. And generally, as long as I drink water and don't get 3 hours of sleep, I'm okay. I don't usually get those symptoms. If I don't drink water, that's what really gets me, but good for us, drinking for 8 days straight, we still kept up with the water, so I never really got hungover, and neither of us threw up, which we don't really throw up much, and I can't advocate drinking until you throw up, but it happens sometimes, and thankfully it did not happen to any of us, to either of us. It was just the two of us. What happens to me when I drink, I get congested. I'm gonna work my way down and train Sal a little bit. No, you know what? I don't need to do that. I looked up what stuff I still need to do, and really the only thing I have left to do that is worth doing, there's a couple little things, like I could go into the Slowpoke well, and I can get the King's Rock and the TM for, I believe it's Rain Dance, but I don't have any use for those, so I'm just gonna fly over to Eric, whatever it is, City, and handle Suicune. And I also double-checked, you do not get EVs for holding the experience share in this game, so I don't think I need to worry about giving the experience share to Tyrande. I like this guy. He'll fast guy. I don't need to worry about giving the experience share to Tyrande and him getting the wrong EVs, so as he is right now, because I gave him an iron, he should evolve into Hitmonchan, but I'll see when I'm close. I've never heard a sound so beautiful. It sounds... What? Never mind. Anyway, yeah, when I drink, I get congested. And when you drink for 8 days straight, you're not giving the congestion a chance to, you're not giving it a chance to go away. And boy, did it not go away. It didn't happen right away. It took it to happen, like, day 3 or 4 of the trip, but it didn't go away the rest of the trip. So now I'm going to fight these 3 guys in order, and then I can go challenge Suicune for some plot. We'll come forth and put the trainer to test at the Tin Tower. The legend has come true. The legendary Pokemon Suicune has arrived. We, the wise trio, shall test your worthiness to go inside. So, the first day, I just got a little the first day that the symptoms appeared, day 4 or so. Just a little congestion, nothing too bad. But we just kept going, and it just kept getting worse. So, by the last day... Well, not the last day, because we went to bed a little bit early on the final day before we flew home, because, we had to get up early, we had to go to the airport, and nobody wants to be on a plane feeling like shit. Especially not when you're flying Spirit Airlines to save money, because there's not a lot of room, it's going to be a little rickety, and no one's coming to save you if something happens, so we wanted to make sure we felt at least passable that day. So we went a little bit, we reeled it in a little bit that day. But the day before that, oh my god, it just kept getting worse to the point where, now what happens when your nose is dripping is it drips back in your throat gets irritated, you're coughing, you have to blow your nose is all stuffed up, and boy does it hurt to swallow. And by that last day, it was excruciatingly painful to swallow. And thank God, we stupidly did not bring any Advil with us. And, one of the days we went to, like, a convenience store, and we're just like, just get whatever's the cheap. I said to my friend, just get whatever's the cheapest. So we went over, he looks at the painkillers, picks the cheapest one, grabs it, brings it home. As we get back to the hotel room, we realize he bought PMS medication. It's still, it's still just acetaminophen, plus, like an antihistamine and a couple other things for PMS symptoms. But it was PMS medication. So, rather than Advil, we were, I don't think it had a name, it wasn't like a Midol or anything, just generic PMS medication is what was curing our hangovers for a couple days. And I know you're not supposed to take those while you're drinking, and generally we didn't, but that last day I needed it. I really needed it. And you know, I'm recording this now on Tuesday. I got back Sunday afternoon, so it's been, and we stopped drinking Saturday, obviously. So it's been about 3 or 4 days since the last time I was drinking. So I'm feeling a little better. I'm feeling mostly better now. I still sound a little congested, and my nose is still dripping a little bit. There's the occasional cough. If I was recording this 1, maybe 2 days ago, you guys would have thought I was dying. I sounded terrible. Jesus Christ, Rosie, wake up. Jesus Christ, wake up. How are you still asleep? There you go. Yeah. That was annoying. But overall, it was a fun trip. I'm feeling mostly better now. I've gotten some sleep. That was another big thing. We were staying up late drinking every night, so I can see exactly what what the next guy's gonna have, I'm sure. My team is still quite weak against electric. That's not good. It was a lot of fun. We golfed every other day, and honestly, I golfed. My golf score was terrible. I still don't know how to golf, but I had a lot of nice shots. These courses were much harder than we're used to. Even the easiest one was still quite hard. And I lost an absurd amount of golf balls. We both, you know, we usually have a ton of golf balls in our bag, but we were going to have to carry them around at the airport and everything, so we took a bunch of them out. I think we both bought 15 golf balls. We're like, we're not going to lose 15 golf balls. And let me tell you, I lost more than 15 golf balls. I lost 12 of the 15 golf balls I brought with me, and all of the ones that I found on the course picked up and started using. I was down to my last 3 golf balls, which is, I was saving them for the end. They were brand new ones that I didn't want to use because I was losing so many of them, and I got down to them. Luckily, I didn't have to break them out until the last, 3 holes of the final course we were playing, which didn't have any water at that point, so I didn't lose any of them. But I lost a lot of golf balls. So, I still can't golf. That's the way. But it was fun. I made a lot of good shots. I'm just blazing through this lore here. You know, they're telling the story of how this tower burned down. Cool, whatever. Look it up. My shots wildly veer to the left or the right sometimes, which is kind of why I lost so many golf balls, because I would aim... It was getting so bad on one of the courses that I would literally aim left at a 45-degree angle. So I'm aiming nowhere near where I'm supposed to be aiming right now on the fairway. And my shot would still curve to the right of the fairway and wind up in the water or in someone's backyard. These courses were very close to resorts and homes built, so there was a lot of chances to lose balls in people's backyards. Luckily, everyone that lives there has protection on their houses. They're not dinky little houses that if they get hit with a golf ball, they're going down. They can take a hit of them, and they're pretty much all of them have like a screen in the back because there's so many bugs. There's golf balls flying, so we may have hit the side of a house or two, but nothing. No one broke anything. We didn't hit any children. Nobody got hurt. But I kind of managed to straighten it out by the end of the by the 4th round, which the courses got increasingly hard. We started on the easy. We purposely put the easiest one first and wound up with the hardest one last, and they got increasingly harder. And my score was essentially the same throughout because I kind of reeled it in the whole time. And even though the course was harder, I was playing a little better. And my drives, by the end, I adjusted something just a little bit, and it started making them go super straight. And I hit one shot over 300 yards, which I've never done before, which is pretty far, and I'm pretty happy about it. But I'm going to listen to this last guy, because I skipped through too much of the lore here. Are you the trainer who is awaited by the legendary Pokémon? I see. We, the Wise Trio, have been given the responsibility of protecting the legendary Pokémon. We are to allow passage only to those people who possess the power and soul of truth. Please go on and enter the Tin Tower. Suicune will put you to the test. Alright, that wasn't much, but whatever. Stick Sparky up here. Now, one interesting thing about down there is they warn you, like, at every body of water, there's a sign that says, warning, There's snakes and alligators here. And I've been to Florida before. My dad has an old army buddy that lived down there at the time. And we didn't see any gators, but he warned us about them. There he is. And so we expected to see a bunch of them, and we only saw them on one course. But we saw a lot of them. Oh, it's music. You're ready for another jam. We got a banger alert. Suicune is such a cool Pokemon. I don't know, of the three legendary gerbils, I think Entei is probably my favorite. It's not the best one, like, in terms of gameplay, but I just think it's the coolest. Ooh, just missed. Oh man, this is almost perfect for catching it, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Bye. Like the music just... There's no difference there. Just the normal ending of an encounter plays there. Now, I'm not sure if this is like in the later games where when you, in most of the later games, like I think, and definitely also in the remake of this, when you kill a legendary Pokemon, if you beat the Elite Four, they'll respawn. I don't think that's the case here, though I think Suicune is just gone now. Awesome. I absolutely do not remember what voice I gave this guy, so. Awesome. Too awesome, even. I've never seen a battle that great. That was truly inspiring to see. Suicune was tough. No, it wasn't. It literally didn't even get a chance to attack. But you were even more incredible, Bucket. I heard Suicune's mystic power summons a rainbow-colored Pokemon. Maybe, just maybe, what went on today will cause that Pokemon to appear. I wonder which Pokemon he's talking about. I'm going to study the legends more. Thanks for showing me the fantastic battle. It was not a fantastic battle. Later, Bucket. And that's that. Is there anything to pick up in here? I don't think so. Nope. Cool. Cool stuff. We're done. Alright, good talk, guys. You know, good handshakes all around. Hello? Okay, good. I didn't think you were going to talk that much. See you later. Good battle, you. Yes, you too. GG. Put up a good fight. Bye. Oh, whoops. Did not mean to go back. Oh. They're different. They're in different spots now. Was there, See, I forget. I thought... I'm like mixing up in my head now. I think Ho-Oh is supposed to be at the top of this tower, right? Whatever, not important. It's been a while since I've played this, and I'm not going to be going for Ho-Oh anyway, so it's not really important. What was I even talking about? Right, it was gone. We saw a bunch of alligators on one course. We expected to see them on most of the courses, but we only saw them on one, and luckily none of our shots went near the alligators, so we didn't have to make a judgment call. Do we get this ball, or do we get the hell out of here? And the answer to that call would be, you can keep it. I don't need that golf ball. I don't need it. I hit some in the water where there were gators in a body of water that I hit a golf ball in, and you know, I mean, we can't go get that. We do have a ball retriever, but it doesn't go that far. So those were... We lost a couple that way, and, you know, Mr. Gator, you can keep the ball. I don't need it. You know, I'm gonna move the experience share to, Tyron, at least until he evolves. I didn't mean to do that twice. Take experience share from Sal. And give the experience share to... Come on, Tyron. Neither of these guys is going to be ready for the Elite Four, really, but... We gotta, you know, we'll fight our way through. We'll be a little underleveled, but we'll see what we can do. I don't want to say I'm confident in my abilities, but I think we can squeak through. It'll be all right. In addition to alligators, we saw a lot of birds. There's a lot of weird birds in Florida. There were cranes all over the place. There were a couple of these like little white, I don't know if they were irises, but these little white birds with red beaks that were pretty much anywhere that there was food, they would fly up and just kind of wait for people to give them food, which you're not supposed to give food to wildlife. I forgot that I don't have to click on that to go down it like I do in the later games. And then at our hotel, actually, the day that we played the course there, which was the hardest course the last day we played, there was a lot of, like, condors. Like, we saw... I want to say something cool. We saw a lot of, like, big birds. We saw hawks, we saw falcons, we actually even saw vultures one day. But this one day, we saw, like, these weird-looking big black birds, and they're way too big to be crows. And they looked like black eagles, so I think they were condors or something. And there was a lot of them flying. I forget that quagsi are fleas. I'm not sure why. You're good, ain't you? Yes, I am. Saw a lot of those, and then we saw a lot of turtles. And every time I saw a turtle, I took a picture of it, and I sent it to my friend, and I said, "Hey, it's Franklin. He's coming over to my house." I can't remember if Sandslash learns Earthquake in this generation. I'm gonna risk that it doesn't, because I don't think it does. But that's not a lot of damage. And I don't want to deal with that. So, never mind. Steve's coming out. Steve is coming out and taking care of this cleaning up shop. Good old Shiny Steve. Shiny Steve. We also saw, on one of the holes at our hotel, we saw a bunch of little they look like, not babies, but young raccoons, just kind of hanging out on the cart path. And we stopped and waited. You don't want to... Raccoons are very cute, but, they're wild animals that probably have rabies, so we didn't want to be anywhere near them, and we waited. They're kind of running around, and we figured they see us coming, they would get out of there. They didn't get out of there. The little asshole laid down in the middle of the cart path, and we had to wait for him to just get up and move. But he didn't. So instead, I just drove off the cart path and went rogue. Which, I mean, you can take the cart off the cart path on most. This guy might be the one that has the Starmie that I was waiting for. But if he does, that's okay, because Rosie does know Shadow Ball. He does have Starmie. In fact, he might have 3 Starmies, which is very good experience. That's nice. In fact, I think that's exactly what he has. Great. And can I kill them in one shot? Yeah. Alright. So the golfing aspect of that was fun. We also, obviously, I said we went drinking. We didn't go, like, ham or anything. It's still... Things are still kind of shut down and weird, but... It's a little less shut down there, so you can actually, you don't have to, when you go to a bar, you don't have to sit down at a table, so we can, we went to a bar that had pool, we played pool and darts there. It was a nice Irish pub we went to a couple times, had some good food. Who do I want to send out? I can't leave, I'll just leave out Rosie. I can't use Shadow Ball, but, see, our biggest problem, we didn't rent a car, because we figured we're going to be drinking every day, we're not going to be able to drive, so what's the point in having it? We didn't factor in that we weren't going to be drinking as soon as we woke up, and then all day. We were really going to, we would be drinking at night, dinner time, something like that. We'd have a drink or two beforehand, but not so much that, you can't drive. You can have a drink or two and drive. You can't get trashed and drive, but, a drink or two in, you can drive. So what we should have done was rented a car for driving to lunch, for driving to the golf, for driving if we needed to pick up... Our hotel room had a kitchen in it, so actually I cooked us breakfast every day. So if we needed to pick up some eggs or something, we could drive to Walmart and get some eggs. Instead, we had to Uber for everything. And it's weird when you Uber to Walmart and then Uber back to a hotel with bacon, eggs, and 72 beers. It's weird. Your Uber driver's like, I see what kind of day you're gonna have. Oh, these both had the Starmies. Cool. No complaints there. And then, being from New York, we realized we were a little spoiled on Ubers, because no matter where you are, and no matter what time of day it is, you can get an Uber in New York, no problem. Call an Uber, it'll be there in 5 minutes. Done. Doesn't matter. No issues. In Florida, that was not the case. Maybe if you're, in one of the major city areas the whole time, it's one thing, but we were in Rosie's a little too down for comfort there. So we were like we were about a half an hour south of Orlando, so we were still close to Disney, Universal, Orlando. They were all relatively close, but we weren't there. So Ubers were few and far between. And the second time we golfed, we were in Providence, and I looked at the map, there were literally no anything within 3.5 miles of the golf course. The closest thing was a convenience store 3.5 miles, or either a 7-Eleven or a Burger King or something, 3.5 miles away. And there was nothing between the golf course and there other than like houses and stuff like that, or just big stretches of highway with nothing. And we called an Uber after we finished up a round, and there was nothing available. And I always click, even when it says no cars available, I click on it anyway, and usually something will pop up. Ain't nothing popping up. So we were sitting there for 20 minutes, kind of in like a panic, like, what do we do? Finally, we get an Uber. He cancels on us. We get another Uber. He cancels on us. We get another Uber. Finally, that one's coming. Uh-oh, my attack and defense are now the same. Let's see. That might be an issue. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? Tyrande. Oh, he doesn't even have any attacks that are good. What can he kill right now? He doesn't even have anything that like I could use to kill Geodudes with. I'm gonna teach him strength and then kill a couple Geodudes. Because now I also don't have anyone that knows strength. Alright, that's fine. He'll, I'll just... How close to the next level is he? 658. Not super close. So I'll just continue to babble while I kill, I don't know, 10 Geodudes or something. And, well, no, you know what? Forget that. I'll do that off camera before I start the next episode. That's I don't need to do that. What was I talking about? Yeah, our Uber situation was not ideal. And we had to Uber everywhere. If we wanted lunch, we had to Uber there and back. If we wanted a couple groceries, we had to Uber there and back. We couldn't, it was a long walk just to even get to the golf course on the resort we were staying at. It's a, it was a 15-minute walk. It was about a mile away, completely on the other side of the resort. And we were like, oh my god, how do people do this? And we were like, oh yeah, everybody has a car. Everybody has a car. Nobody in Florida is doing what we're doing. We were definitely the only people doing what we were doing. And you know what? That's alright. It was still fun. We made a lot of poor decisions. But it was fun. Nobody died. We didn't get stranded. Nobody got mugged. We didn't lose our credit cards. Though at one of the bars, one of the days we went out, actually the last day we went out, we went to go in the pool earlier in the day, but the pool bar was closed, so we just went, you know what, forget it. Let's just go out a little earlier than we were expected, and then we can come home a little bit earlier, so we don't have to stay out as late. We can get some extra sleep before the plane ride and everything. So that worked out fine. But we put on our bathing suits as if we were going to go in the pool, and he forgot his ID in his pocket, in his bathing suit pocket, which we realized when we got to the bar we were going to after dinner. And not a lot of places will let you in without without an ID. Even when your friend has an ID that says I'm 21, and you're like, come on, we went to school together, we're together, like, it's obvious, if he's 21, I'm 21, and like, nope, doesn't matter. And we went to another bar where they didn't ID, it was an empty bar, we just sat at the bar, they didn't ID us. And we were trying to come up with what combination of things will prove that he says who he is. So he has his vaccine passport, which has his date of birth on it. He has his leisure pass for our golfing at home, which has his picture on it. And apparently he forgot about this one, but he has a picture of his actual passport in his phone. And we figured at probably some combination of these things will prove, okay, you are who you say you are, you can come in. But it was no dice. We went to Hooters for dinner, which I know, but Hooters actually does have very good food. I'll say it. I'll say it. So we went there, and it did not fly there, which I get it. It's a chain. They need to be more serious about it. But, let's get a little close there. But, so that didn't fly. So we went to this other bar it was just like an Irish pub, a nice Irish pub in the area that we had gone to a couple of times throughout the week. We ended our night there because it was close. We knew we could get an Uber to it, and the prices were good. They had drink specials every day. We're drinking 250 Miller Lights. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And they had ID'd us previously when we went there, so we're like, okay, here's where we try out all of our combination of things. Hopefully these get us in. And then it didn't matter. They didn't ID us anyway. So a bit of a moot point. The night was almost ruined, but luckily it worked out. The first bar we had gone to when he realized he forgot his ID, the guy at the door was like, "Oh, I'll see you in 20 minutes." And I was like, "Oh no, it would take way longer than that, and we're not doing it, so we're not going here." That's fine. The bar you can smoke in bars in Florida still, which is disgusting, and we don't want to be any part of that. So I think even if we could have went in there, we probably would have dipped anyway. But, yeah. Bit of a crisis averted. We were in a brief crisis, but then the crisis was averted. He couldn't have anything to drink at Hooters, but I just had the one drink, and then he had one extra one when we went to the other bar. So we caught up. It was nice, what we were doing, because it was just easier. With Venmo, everything is so easy, but we had so many charges, we were like, oh, this is going to be a nightmare to figure out at the end of the trip. But what we did was, whenever we paid a bill, generally our bills were similar prices, because we drink at the same pace. Most of our drinks were close enough price. And then, quick attack. And then, if there was a little bit of a difference, we would Venmo the difference to the person whoever paid more. So, basically, the whole trip, like, we're Venmoing 50 cents to $1 back and forth the whole time. And then finally, at the end, essentially, we paid the same amount. I'm going to take this off of Tyron now, so I can shore him up off camera, because no one wants to watch me just kill Geodudes with him. And, so at the end, it was nice and easy. I keep hitting status by accident. So at the end, it was nice and easy. We just split everything right down the middle. Super, super easy. Did not have to figure anything out. Yep, there we go. I will not disclose how much it costs, because, you don't need to talk finances, but it actually was less than we thought. We went to the bars were pretty cheap. Other than we did 2 of the day, we did a Disney bar crawl and a Universal bar crawl, which I'm sure, I thought there was an item up here, but there isn't. I'm sure you could guess that those are expensive. And they were. The drinks there were like between $14, $15, $16, because, it's Disney. But, they weren't skimping on them. They had alcohol in them. And one of them, there's a Fat Tuesdays in Universal. And Fat Tuesdays is... I've had this before in Atlantic City. It's basically an alcoholic slushie. Like, picture a Slurpee from 7-Eleven, and it's just full of rum. And, like, a lot of it. A lot of it. A lot of it. And we got floaters in it. And that was, like, actually the cheapest drink in the whole crawl. They're only $11, not counting the floater, when most of the other drinks were like $15, and you could tell that they were stronger than the $15 ones anyway. But it's a lot of sugar, so we were a little slow to get up those next days, and yeah, so now, so anyway, I'm starting a new diet. I haven't actually, like, started a diet or anything, but I'm gonna be a little more careful about what I eat for a little bit while after this. Though amazingly, we were walking around so much because we were trying to avoid some Ubers when we could. So we would walk like a half a mile between, like, where we were eating dinner and we tried to go out to dinner at places where we would be not far from. Oh, this is where I was thinking of. I think there's a house down here. You know what? I don't know. I don't think I actually get anything from this, so I'm not even gonna bother getting it. I think it's just throughout the region, there's the 7 siblings that represent the 7 days of the week, and on each one will show up on a specific day of the week and give you an item that powers up a particular type. And I think they just all live there, and it'll show you where they are. So I don't think I actually get anything there. So I don't need to go there. Sal, you're getting so close. So I weighed myself before I went, and I tend to weigh myself. I'm just in my underwear as soon as I wake up before I consume anything, so that you're at your minimum possible weight. And I weighed myself that way before the trip. Or no, I weighed myself that way after the trip. But before the trip, I was like holding a bag and stuff. So it's a little off, but I think I only managed to gain like 3 pounds on the trip, which I'm very happy with that because I can gain more than that in a day, no problem. And 8 days of heavy drinking. Sugary heavy drinking. You figure it would wear you down. And it's all right. It's been a couple days since I've been back, and I've been eating better than on the trip. So, we had plenty of Taco Bell on our trip, but yeah, it hasn't been too bad. I'm pleasantly surprised, and even more impressively is I didn't get sunburned. I was in Florida for a week. I was expecting it blasted day 1, and then by the end of it be peeling and disgusting and terrible, but I got a little sun. If I pull down my collar, you can see the difference. Like, it's a nice V from all the polo shirts I was wearing from golfing and going out to a couple bars. But so there's a little color there, but for the most part, I pretty much avoided it, which is pretty amazing. I was adamant about it. I would sunscreen every day, and then when we were out on the golf course, I would sunscreen up at around the 9th hole. So I earned this not sunburn, but I'm surprised I got it. Or didn't get it, rather. Who we got now? Cool Trainer Gavin. Victory Bell. Okay. I really wish that Rosie knew Flamethrower. I forgot what level... I know I looked it up. I forget what level she'll actually learn it. I don't know if I'll have it in time for the Elite Four. It'd be great if I do, but I don't think I will. It's either somewhere... I think she'll learn something at level 46, around there. It might be Flamethrower, because I don't know what else it would be, but it could be something else, and I'm just hoping I get it, because that'll be nice. That'll be real nice. Ooh, Kingler. After this battle, I'll call it a day. I'll make sure the... Well, you know what? I'll hop off camera, make sure that Tyrogue evolves correctly, turn the camera back on in time for it, and then call it an episode. How's that sound? Cool? I'll do that right after this. So that you guys see Tyrogue evolving, and then I'll fly back to where I am, save it right here, and then we'll call it a day. But first we're gonna kill this Flareon. I should have sent Rosie out. What am I doing? And it's a boy. Oh man, we could have proven who was the better Flareon, and obviously it would have been mine because I'm 8 levels higher. Come on. Okay. Sparky also needs to learn Thunderbolt pretty soon. Thunder Punch is nice, but come on, we need Thunderbolt. Our attacks could be stronger. All right. It's a new level for Sal. Yeah, one more. Trying to learn Slam. I knew he would learn it. Too bad Slam is a terrible move. Nope. Don't want it. Slam might be the worst attack. It's obviously not the... I think I talked about this already. Slam, it's not the strongest attack. It's not the weakest attack, but it's so inaccurate. But anyway, I'll be right back. Give me 1 second, and then I'll see you, hopefully, with an evolving Tyrogue. All right, well, Tyrande is now level 20. And as you can see, he's still a Tyrogue, because his attack and defense are still the same. I'm gonna do some more. I've been killing Onyxes here for a while, and I'll do some more of it off camera, and hopefully it all works out. because he doesn't actually learn anything important for another couple levels, so it's alright if he doesn't evolve right away, but I'm gonna kill a couple more. I'll start off the next episode, hopefully, with a fresh, new Hitmonchan, but if not, I'll just pick up back close to the Elite Four again, and he'll evolve when he evolves. So I'll see you then next time on Bucket Drop. Peace out.